What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is I, Randy with RTS Mobile Gaming. I am bringing you another fantastic Foundation Galactic Frontier video for you today. In today's video, we're talking about a very specific subject. We're talking about the research trees. We'll be talking about some recommendations on how to maximize your efficiency and effectiveness in using the research trees, and some additional tips and tricks to help you along the way. So if you like today's content, feel free to like and subscribe. And big shout out to both Lutify and Fun Plus for sponsoring today's content. You can check the link to Lutify's Discord in the video description below. Let's rock and roll. All right, you guys are probably already aware of what the Research Center is. The Research Center is a building within your base, okay? This building, I believe, is available around level 12 or 14, something like that, early on in the game. And once you get that building unlocked, there's a lot of cool things you can do. The first thing to note is that when you first unlock the building, there's really only a couple of research trees that are available, and then as you progress, the additional 2 trees come on board. So first you start with economic development and flagships and combat craft. Later on, you'll unlock commerce, guild duel, and then you unlock the combat craft modifications only after you have unlocked one of the later research trees in the commerce guild duel. Once you unlock this chest for 7, 8, and 9, tier 7, 8, and 9 for your Commerce Guild Duel, that will open up this Combat Craft modification tree. All 4 of these trees are really essential. I just want to point that out. They're all very key. They all have absolutely incredible benefits that you really want to do. So there's not really like a good tree that you can ignore. A lot of people that I know have a very low economic and development tree. Let me tell you why that's a bad idea. Let me start by showing you, not only can you get some fantastic resources and things like that as you continue to level these things up, but you are going to be getting technology research speed. You're going to be getting construction, those repair modules, also very important. You'll be getting construction, building speed, and all together as you get these maxed out. For example, I currently have 18% bonus research speed between all my sciences. So by having all of these done, and I'm still missing one, so I'll be at about 20% when this is maxed out. I'm just over 18% research speed in total right now from this tree. I have a similar amount of building speed, and also really important to point out, trading. Trading is a really big deal, especially as you get to later game and you start to really hunger for resources. I'd say somewhere around flagship level 25, 26, it starts to really hurt as you upgrade your energy core and your buildings. Things start to cost 30 or 40 million resources. You end up needing a lot of gold, galactic coins. So it's really important that you actually start focusing on your trading sciences as well, because this can more than double the amount of trading income you can get every day. So these are just a couple of key things, and these are actually some of the areas I recommend focusing on for your primary research. This is where you should be spending most of your research done until you get, I would say, at least through this tier. If you want to hold off on these last couple tiers and focus on some other things, I can understand that. But I would at least go through level 2 or level 3 of this Cutting Edge Instruments 4 tier. That way you're at, about the 15% research speed bonus. That is going to help you speed up all of your other research. Once you have this thing, okay, at level 3 or 4, you want to go over and make sure you're also doing the Commerce Guild Duel. And really, you'll be doing these in tandem, because once your guild unlocks the Commerce Guild Duel, it's really important that you actually maximize this as fast as possible and get your chests unlocked. You want to get all 9 of your chests unlocked ASAP, and you want to get this Mobilization Expert at least to level 15, giving yourself 75% bonus points for unlocking all the chests. The chests themselves give such incredible rewards. If you unlock the 9th chest, it essentially is worth $20 or $30 just by itself. The 9th chest has 500 computational components. It has millions of resources. It has over a day of speed ups, I believe. It's absolutely incredible. Like I said, that by itself is worth 20 or 30 bucks. So make sure you want to, as your guild is doing these versus challenges, you want to make sure you have the opportunity to unlock all 9 chests. So what I would suggest is, as soon as the guild duel research tree opens up for you, go ahead and speed your way through and unlock all 3 of these chests, okay? So you start with 3 chests, then you'll unlock 4, 5, and 6. Then we'll go down and unlock 7, 8, 9. And then we're going to go ahead and focus on getting Mobilization Expert to 15 or better. All right? From there, we can move on. At this point in your game, you're probably about 2 months in, maybe a little bit less, depending on where you're at spending-wise. And it's time to really focus on combat. I don't really see a big need to focus on combat in the first month or so of the game. It really doesn't impact you that much until you start min-maxing at level 30. That's when these combat stats really start to kick in. Because the reality is, if you have the best research in the game and you're using tier 5, and somebody has terrible research and they're using tier 6, they're getting 40% bonus to all their ship stats from having the higher tier. That means they're going to probably beat you anyways. So really, in my opinion, flagship combat craft and combat craft modification comes into play. I wouldn't even start on those trees until you're pushing past tier 5 and going for tier 6, because that's when they're going to start making a big difference, is when you hit tier 6. Now, I just want to point this out. The combat flagships and combat craft have some really valuable research trees. One of my favorite research trees, of course, is going to be getting HP for my ships. Having HP for your ships is absolutely incredible. HP is a foundational stat. That means that HP is going to be basically the base level, and defense is going to mitigate damage against your HP, right? Things like that. So HP is absolutely imperative. You have to have really good HP on your ships. That way you have a good health pool and you don't get obliterated in 2 seconds. I have seen people who have very low health pools because they have low HP research. They do a ton of damage. They might even be a little bit stronger than me at the end of the day, but because their health pools are so low, they end up getting wrecked. So what I would like to suggest you focus on, obviously all of the research is important. I would pick which of your ships you want to focus on. And you're going to start unlocking all of the research trees just so you can progress, because eventually you'll need 3 ranks in all 3 unit types to progress. But for me, the main ship that I was picking was kinetic. So I was maxing out my kinetic trees first, and then once I got bottlenecked at the next joined tree, then I would start leveling up these other ones. You can see down here, here's an example of it. I have kinetic maxed out, so I'm getting 15% attack from this tree. I'm getting 15% defense. I'm getting 15% intellect. And then I'm starting to level up the others for my ion and my... oh my goodness. Am I having a brain fart on the 3rd ship type? Ion and beam. Dear God. Okay. Having the HP max is a really big deal. I mean, this is really what I'm focusing on. The command is also really nice. As we start to empower our gear, this becomes less valuable. You can, through 2 or 3 lucky empowers, outdo this entire science. So the command is nice, but the value of the command starts to get diluted. Really, the most important thing, in my opinion, is HP, because that applies to all of your ships. So definitely focus on HP, okay? From there, just keep trying to max this out. I mean, as you go down, look at this. If I can unlock the next HP tier, I'm going to be getting 7.6% HP per rank. There are 5 ranks here. Okay, this is going to be, what does that come out to? Like 40% almost HP bonus? It's absolutely incredible. So you really have to keep pushing. I can get 40% there. Look at this. I can get 30% here. That's 70% HP between these 2 HP tiers I haven't even unlocked yet. So definitely focus on pushing through your flagship and combat craft tier to grab HP. The last thing I'm going to talk about is the 4th and final tier that's in the game right now. They might add more research tiers in the trees in the future, but I'm at about 120 days or so into our server, and we only have 4. Combat craft modification. This is a big deal as well. These stats are good, but they're less valuable than this other tier. The flagship and combat craft tier gives much higher percentage bonuses. Where this comes into play is you want to save this for your guild versus guild days. Day 3 and day 5, you can use computational components for points. And in fact, it's really hard on day 3, unless you have a ton of crew upgrades to do. It's really hard to max out your points without spending computational components. So what I like to do is, I don't use this research tree unless it's computational component day in the Versus or Warzone event. When it is computational component day, I go through and I do 1 or 2 researches to get myself 3 or 4 million points. You can see that going from level 9 to 10 on this is going to give me a little bit of attack. It's not bad. It's nothing compared to that 15% attack that I can get from 5 ranks on the other tree, right? And the cost here is really, really high. But again, by using these computational components, and I'm saving up, you can see I have 14,000 saved up. By using these computational components, you're going to get a ton of points. If you start 2 research trees and you just consume 3,000 to 4,000 computational components, you're going to get several million points and unlock at least 6 or maybe even 7 chests just by itself. And then you can do the other daily events to maximize your stuff. So this research tree is really important for one reason. Okay, and the main reason is, you can unlock tier 7 ships. All these trees are going to give you value, especially if you have the command stuff maxed out and you have the command stuff maxed out in the other research tree. You could end up having 20 or 30 more command than your opponent, which is a big deal. That will give you, right, 15, 16% bonus damage. That does help a lot. But most importantly, when you have every research maxed out in the research tree, that's when you can unlock these tier 7 units. You might be able to think, yeah, I have everything at 9, I'll be good. Well, listen, dude, the duration to go from 9 to 10 is, let's see here, I need to upgrade this all the way. But yeah, the duration to go from 9 to 10, like I showed you just on the first tier here, is over 7 days, okay? So, something I suggest you do. Here are some pointers for you, if you are not already aware. This will help a lot once Xarnas is open. Until Xarnas is open, you can't actually do this. But once Xarnas is open and it has been captured, make sure you're on good relations with whoever the guild is that owns Xarnas. You want the guild to be able to set the positions to open. What do I mean by that? When a position is open and you apply for the position, you will immediately assume the position for a 5-minute minimum. After 5 minutes, if there's somebody else on the application list, it will go to them. If you are the prince and you control Xarnas, you can click on these and there's a little toggle here and it's going to say open or not. Okay? And you just click the toggle, it'll turn it to open. So, I want to get 20% research speed, right? You just saw that level 10 research was 7 days and 9 hours. Once I apply for this, I'm going to gain Research Counselor. I'm going to gain 20% research and building speed. And also, you can get Chief Administrator too if you're in Warzone. Once you capture an enemy server in Warzone, you unlock 3 additional positions. You unlock the Chief Administrator, you unlock the Chief Military Officer, and you unlock the Chief Financial Officer. All these positions are super valuable. This Financial Officer can more than double the amount of trading income you have. Okay, the Chief Administrator gives you crazy building and research speed bonuses. But like I said, even if you haven't won the Warzone and you don't have these 3 positions unlocked, you still have the regular Research Counselor. And if you're in a pinch and you just need to gain a couple percentage because you want to bang something out, maybe there's a long waiting list for the research. I have joined sometimes on research day and there's 10 people in front of me. I don't want to wait an hour. You can also pick up the Construction Counselor, gives you 10% research speed, okay? In addition to that, there are some frames that you can use that give you research speed. If I can find the frame. Here you go. Dual Crown. By using Dual Crown, I will be able to gain an additional 5% research speed. You saw that, right? Did you see that? This is going to give you additional research speed. So right now I have 25% bonus research speed compared to what I had before. Let's go back into the research tree and let's just show you how long it would take me now to do that research. We went from 7 days and 9 hours down to 6 days and 8 hours, okay? That is a huge reduction. It's not a 1-for-1 reduction. It's not 25% reduction across the board because we're talking 25% of the maximum, which was 11 days. I don't know exactly how it's scaled. There seems to be some diminishing returns. So, I don't know how I only lost, what is that, about 10-15% research time, but it's still better than getting a punch in the nuts, okay? So, with that, I'm going to go back over to the flagships tree because I do need to continue upgrading these things, okay? I'm going to go ahead and start this bad boy. Looks like I'm almost out of resources. I need to do some farming. And just like that, folks, we are ready to keep doing research. So those are kind of the basics on how to go about doing your research. Again, just a recap for you, I recommend getting your economic development into the 70 percentile range or so. That will give you that level 2, 3, or 4 T4 research section done. So try and get that maximized as fast as possible. Make sure you're maxing out the Commerce Guild Duel. Again, you should be aiming for 65, 70% on the Commerce Guild Duel. That is going to give you the 7th, 8th, and 9th chest on Guild Day. Guild versus Guild Week, I should say. Those chests you can get all 6 days, and every day it's worth like 20 or 30 bucks. So missing out on that chest is a big deal. Get that as fast as possible. And then from there, focus on flagship combat craft and combat craft modifications. Focus on HP and command over everything else, and then just slowly upgrade everything else as you go. Okay? So, if you like today's content, like and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. I love you long time. Thanks for watching. Randy, out.